Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends, and glad you could attend. Come inside Movie Maniacs as we take a look at the independent film called Assassins. No, it's not an independent horror film. This is more of a drama thriller film brought to us by director and writer Michael Bonomo, who wrote the script with also Dave Grant. We get the story of Christopher, whose girlfriend recently was brutally murdered. And soon Christopher finds himself entangled in a conflict between a bounty hunter and a ruthless assassin. And we see how the events play out in the night as both these characters use Christopher to get closer to one another. Yes, folks, Assassins is definitely an interesting film. Now, I know you might not believe it on this show, but independent cinema covers all genres, and so Assassins is definitely not a horror film by any stretch of the means, but it is a compelling drama thriller film that really kept me guessing and going throughout its entire length. I really enjoyed this story of this conflict between the bounty hunters and the assassin. Definitely an interesting difference in these characters. First off, you've got the assassin, played by Bill Oberst Jr., the hardest working man in independent cinema, it seems like. Man, if you want a villain to be played in your film, you should get Bill Oberst Jr. if he can fit you in his schedule. This guy plays Hargraves, the assassin, to the hilt. I loved every minute I got to see him on screen. He delivers these lines with just calculation, and you feel the ice in this guy's veins coming through the screen and hits you right in the head. It just embodies everything that you want to see out of a cold-blooded veteran assassin. He's it, and it comes across so well, from his mannerisms to how he puts on the jacket to everything about him, and they even play with the lighting a bit with his character to give him a more cooler feel. And I just liked every scene that Bill Oberst Jr. was in. Whenever he was talking, just really had me gripped, you know, so definitely performance there. And then you've got Andre Terranelli in here playing the bounty hunter, and I liked his character as well. He was a warmer character, a more emotional character. He was cool, but he was kind of cool in the slick style, not the cool in the I'm gonna kill you type of style. So love the difference between these two characters. You know, I always like when writers take the time and actually try to make the characters have a little bit of a separation involved, and they definitely do that here in Assassins. Now, the guy playing Christopher, David Pesta, is really an interesting difference between the other two characters, because he's your common man and he plays him well throughout. You know, this guy just stuck in an unreasonable situation, had some really extreme things happen to him, and he's handling it the best way he can, and it comes across as well. You're just feeling of the common man, definitely the guy that you want to connect with, that you feel for throughout this film. The way this film was edited really kept the story moving along. Weren't a lot of slow points, if any, at all. There's not a huge amount of action in this film, but when there is, it is meant for the plot, and definitely is exhilarating to see. You know, there's not a huge amount of special effects in here, but they do some great things, as I mentioned before, with the lighting and the shadows and things of that nature, you know, and in the dialogue as well between the bounty hunter and assassin, or the bounty hunter and Christopher. You know, a really well written dialogue there, and it's a story that really will keep you guessing to the end. I really didn't see the resolution coming, which was again, I always happy when that happens, because I don't want to guess the film within the first 5 minutes, and definitely you won't be able to with Assassins. So check it out if you can, either at the festival circuit near you. I believe it's hitting the festival scene soon if it hasn't already. I'll put the link down below for their Facebook and such. And you know, if you have had a chance somehow to see Assassins, let me know what you thought of this film, showing you really, you know, you don't need huge special effects or grandiose budgets to give yourself a compelling and interesting story, and Assassins really is worth your time. For any fan who's a fan of independent cinema in general, this one's for you. And that'll about do it for us here at The Final Cut. Till next time, folks, remember, keep that ticket stub.